This training session will take a look at your general responsibilities and duties for health and safety in your workplace. No one wants their work to injure them, make them ill, or to harm anyone else. Good health and safety helps to ensure dangers can be identified and steps can be taken to reduce risks. Sensible health and safety procedures don't get in the way of you doing your job. They just help to prevent your work harming you or anyone else. Everybody in your company has responsibility for health and safety. Your employer, your manager, and yourself. If you're asked to carry out a task that must be done in a specific way, such as changing a gas cylinder, the company will have already thought out how this can be done safely. You will be talked through the safe procedure, and once you understand how you must carry out that task, both you and the person training you will sign a training record. If there's anything you're unsure about in your training, then you must always ask. The most important thing is to try to prevent fires in the first place, and following these top tips will help. Make sure that you switch off all catering equipment not in use. Where possible, disconnect it from the power supply. Never overload electrical sockets. Remove all rubbish and unnecessary packaging from the premises each day. Allowing this to build up provides fuel for a fire to spread. Make sure that you and guests only smoke in designated areas and that all cigarettes are put out properly. Check all areas thoroughly at close of business for any possible fire hazards. Each main building will have an evacuation plan, and your manager will take you through this. Don't assume that all buildings will have the same procedures. Although your manager will tell you about the procedures in every building you work in, it's your responsibility as well to make sure you understand what to do if a building has to be evacuated. Slips and trips are the single most common cause of major injury. Removing or reducing the hazards that cause them is an important part of your role. Things to look out for include obstacles such as trailing wires, boxes and equipment. Half of all trip accidents are caused by bad housekeeping. So make sure that you keep things tidy and that walkways and paths are free from obstruction. Changes in level and damage to floors or paths, particularly where lighting is poor, can easily cause someone to fall. And spills such as water, oil, grease and powders make surfaces very slippery. Any stores where chemicals are held must always be kept locked. Always follow the instructions on the label and always use any personal protective equipment provided. You should never mix different chemicals together, as the results could be highly dangerous. Don't be tempted to cut corners when handling any load, as you could suffer injury and cause permanent damage to your back. Apart from back injuries, bad manual handling technique can result in things dropped on feet, trapped fingers and falls downstairs. You should keep a lookout for contractors to make sure that they are working safely. If you see any unsafe situation, tell a manager immediately so that it can be sorted out. Make sure that you keep your PPE clean and in good condition and store it properly. Check that it is not damaged each time before you put it on. If it does get damaged, tell your manager and you will get a replacement. Even if the incident doesn't result in an injury, it is essential to report it. A near miss on one occasion could be an accident that causes an injury next time.